welcome to the stream. We have not started quite yet, but I did press start because I thought we might be starting soon. But Rudy's gonna grab a drink, so we're just gonna wait for a sec. VOD watchers, just skip ahead a bit. Okay, we are starting. It's, as this is happening, I am being solicited by a digital artist. Just randomly friend requested me and is sending me their art DMs, hoping I will pay them to do art. If you ever get a DM from a random anime girl profile picture, it's it's the equivalent of a door-to-door solicitor. Okay, spawning in the top left of Taito Citadel, playing for the Chumpions, it is Nomad. And playing in the bottom right, in the red, Terran, also for the Chumpions, it is 6-7 or hilarious joke. Alright, early game TVZ, what have we got here? No proxies or anything. Um, 15 hatch, it looks like. 15 pool. Pretty fast pool. Not 100% certain the implications of this. In my head, the default, or my first instinct was, well, I guess he's going to play roaches then. Going to be a delayed link speed for sure, at least. Some faster queens, though. Rudy going for an SUV scout, so worried about something or other. Never really understood why you would SCV scout as Terran when you can just make a Reaper. There isn't really anything, like, you don't lose to 12 pool. You don't really die to proxy hatch. I don't know what the SCV scout is for. Okay. There's the Roach Warren. I was right. I guess this is what the SCV scout is going to be for. It's going to see the Roach Warren. Uh, Not a great choice of build for this map, I think. This is... I think it's the longest rush distance in the pool. Is this 3-Rav then? Okay, Rudy's going to expand on the high ground. I think he needs a bunker too, to be honest. He is sending the Reaper across around, taking the roundabout way, trying to dodge Lings, but the Lings are also going roundabout, trying to dodge the Reaper. Very funny. Scouting this with the SUV, Rudy should know there's no link speed, so his Reaper could have gone straight across, but whatever. So the Reaper should confirm that there are roaches on the way. Is getting a bunker. Is getting a factory. Wouldn't even hate double bunker, to be honest. Right, Reaper almost dies, doesn't get any kills. Oh, does die. That's unfortunate. Alright, it does look like it's going to be 3 Rav. I think just getting a Cyclone holds this. Rudy's already pulling SCVs. Bro, the Roaches are still on the other side of the map. Also gonna get a second bunker. There's the starport, getting the 1-1-1. Standard shit. Not looking too hot for Nomad, not gonna lie. Like, Rudy is sort of stabbing himself in the foot here with this preemptive SCV pull. But at the same time, it's not even 3 Rav, it's 1 Rav, and they're just gonna have to walk up the ramp. Oh, the Ravager is tanking. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. That sucks. Uh, almost able to burst down the bunker, but doesn't. And there are still 2 bunkers left, so this is, like, super held. I think Nomad is already dead, to be honest. I don't know how you macro. I mean, I guess you can just macro out of this, startling speed and shit. But it's gonna be a tough spot for sure. It's the 1 tank, still reactoring up Marines. Are we gonna go Banshee here? Banshee would be pretty sick, I think. Banshee or 3rd CC? There it is, 3rd CC. Okay. Nomad has droned up pretty hard, which is why I would have liked to see Banshee try to take advantage of. I mean, even Nomad thinks Banshee would. Oh no, Rudy is cooking. He's gonna go 2 Starport BC. Okay, that's pretty sick too. And he's got the Viking out already, so the Overlords will not be able to see this coming. What is the Queen count right now? Queen count is only at 2, not even making any more. So the anti-air is going to be extremely limited. There is a world where Rudy pulls a Mac and just starts pooling up BCs instead of teleporting. But I don't think that's what Rudy's going to do. I think Rudy's seen the edit. If you haven't, go watch BC base trade or whatever the fuck I called it. Oh, Nomad. Very good overseer timing. Sees the 2 starports, is going to see the fusion core. 3 queens on the way. Add some more spores too, man. Spores are so cracked. So now that he's seen that, again, there's the spire. Add some more spores, dude. 2 spores per base would not be overkill. Because he has a pretty... His income has been so much higher for so long since Rudy has stayed on 1 base for 6 minutes. Even though the early roach pressure did fucking nothing, Rudy did not reclaim his natural very fast. See, this is why he should have gone Cyclone instead of Tank. He could have pushed this away so easy with 1 Cyclone. 7 spores! Okay. Yeah, he heard me. 2 more spores per base. I don't even think that's an overreaction. I think that's good. Rudy's not even using his double mule. He's not producing SCVs. And he's supply blocked, so the BCs can't get out. Uh-oh. Rudy is dropping the ball a bit here. He had a pretty good start. He's only starting to depose now. We really need, like, supply drop? Something? Rudy, the BCs are not making. The Spire is already done. Nomad is also supply blocked. He's gonna get 5 Laser Lords. Rudy scans and sees the Spire. Corruptors are on the way before these BCs have even started. Does do a supply block, which, okay, now the BCs are starting. The Corruptors are already on the way. This is a massive blunder from Rudy. 3rd Starport as well. We're just going to play a straight mass BC. And Nomad is going double Spire. We're gonna see like Mass Corruptor against Mass BC. This is some weirdo shit. I was joking earlier about how I didn't want to see the Mac maneuver where you just make BCs and then do nothing with them. But if he teleports these across the map, he's gonna lose them for sure. So he sort of does just have to pull them up now or fly them across and warp them home. Rudy has got to be careful. Nomad is so prepared for this. Alright. Overseer comes through again. So if Rudy was going to play this, he should also just be playing like mech. You need something. You need a mineral dump. And while that could be Marines, I think Hellions pairs with this a lot more naturally. Or you can make a shit ton of turrets. Alright, buckle your seatbelt, boys. We're in for a long one. Neither of them attacked, and they're both sort of just pooling up. Boring. We're gonna have a bit of a plain stale game for a while. Rudy's macro isn't really holding up. We've had 3 supply drops. Nomad did drone up pretty hard after that early game that did nothing, but he sort of stopped. He could be at 80 drones now, easily. He also made 2 spires, but he's also only making 1 upgrade. I would have thought this would be for double upgrades, but... Or maybe greater spire? We don't have an infestation pit, do we? We do. Okay, fast hive. Are we thinking broodlords against BCs? I guess Rudy is playing mech, so I guess we could see broodlords. I don't see why not. Alright, +1 Lings running in, gonna clear up a tank. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like the game is lagging a bit. Am I losing frames? I totally am. What the fuck? That's not good. Fight goes kind of terribly for no. I mean, he kills 9 SCVs, which is great. I don't think he killed any of the BCs though. Yeah, there's still 3. I am still losing frames. Uh-oh. What is going on here? That's not good. What the fuck is going on? 1 frame? Uh... I don't know how to fix this. Avery, I see you in the Discord chat. If you have advice for me, I don't know what to do. I guess we're just gonna have a slideshow of a stream today.
They look fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm just... my brain's lagging. It says it's going down... Isn't it supposed to be like 60 FPS? Oh, gonna fly the Corruptors into a bunch of turrets and a Widow Mine. That's not great. Now there's a lot of PC. So, Rudy has made some all-time blunders this game. However, this game also begs the question, does Nomad know how to beat mass BCs? Not every Zerg does. In fact, I think a lot of Zergs do not. He could have just doubled down on the Corruptors, I think. Ah, but there's so many turrets. I mean, yeah, there's turrets. There's a lot of turrets now. So doubling down on the Corruptors would have been difficult. Ultras is an interesting call. I think I also saw Neural in there, so he might try to get some Infestors. I don't know how much I trust my Diamond 2 Infestor usage. Not usually something I would want to count on. At least he's not trying to go Hydras. Upgrades. What are our upgrades? We've got +1 armor for the Corruptors, getting +1 attack and +2 armor. EC's just now getting +1 attack, getting drilling claws. We're playing Widowmine BC. Rudy is just being the biggest mech prick that he can. You know what? I'm all for it. Left his base undefended. Gonna get pissed on, and yeah, I think Rudy's about to lose his third. Yeah, like right here, or it's lagging a bit, is it not? 23 SCVs go down. BC count did not get lowered yet, but we also have seemed to pause BC production. I guess that's because we have no mining. Nomad taking a, is that 7th base? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6th base. You could take both corners, to be honest. I'd probably like that a lot. 3 ultras on the way. I think Nomad's just running away with this game. He's playing exactly how you should against a mech player. Just keep out expanding. Attack, attack, attack. Just outpace the mech Terran. At some point, he does need to address this huge amount of BCs. Big Yamatos. Did he kill any? Killed one. We really need to start killing BCs. So I'm surprised Rudy has stopped making BCs. He's got both of these bunkers here from the early game. That's kind of funny. I don't know why he's built. What are the? I guess he wants to anti-armor missile corruptors. That's cool, I guess. Nomad going for some multi-prong and nothing into tank fires. Gonna kill some gases. Very cool. Alright, gonna run some.
Upgrades are gonna be a problem. BCs are terrible against air.
I think there's just only problems here for Rudy, because yeah, I think he's about to lose. Yeah, time to leave. Now the BC count has been reduced. That's been the one thing we've been counting on to win this game. It started so well for Rudy as well. That Roach Nomad went for like a 3 Rav, but it was only 1 Rav and did nothing. GG, well played, says Rudy. Rudy, you got supply blocked at 52. You went for double BC, but you got supply blocked at 54 for like 2 minutes. And so the BCs did nothing. Kind of an all-time blunder. Maybe not all-time. Probably lost you the game though. I watched game 1 of Jack versus Maclo. Yeah, yeah, very similar situation, honestly. Okay, so if you want a 3 Rav, this is a much better map for it. Far shorter rush distance. This would be a good map for it. But, I mean, he still could do it. Would like to see it a bit tighter, though. Hitting a 3 Rav with only 1 Ravager is I mean, maybe I'm talking out of my ass and it wasn't supposed to be a 3 rev. There was like 5 roaches and slowlings. But no, he's gonna take the hatch, so it's different. Rudy's SCV scout really came in clutch last game, even though it sort of prompted him to stay on one base for 6 minutes. He really didn't need to. Hatch gas pool against one gas expand. Going for the SCV scout again. It's gonna see standard stuff. So it's pretty whatever. I usually don't take Rudy for a mech player. So I wonder if he'll mech again or if he's gonna go bio this game. The mech may have been a response to the roach pressure. It doesn't look like that's something that Rudy had prepared, the 2BC thing. It looks like that's something he just made up on the spot. Maybe if we have something a little more tight planned this time, it'll go better. Taking the forward base is interesting. I would think that this would be better natural. Bit of an awkward interaction here. Natural third base. Reaper is going to think it's denying this base, which it is, but we took this one instead. Gets a drone. Good start for Rudy. Are we going to get a second one? Because this queen hasn't popped yet and there's no lings. Oh, there are lings, but... Oh, attacking it from the high ground. Ooh, saves it with the spore trick. Rudy, you got to target these drones, my man. Nope. Oh, are we going to get... Oh, it gets surrounded. Big anti-micro. Ouch. Almost had it all. Wait, does creep expand up cliffs? Is this creep up here from this hatch? That's kind of funky looking. Ghosts. Hellbat Ghost all in, I guess, but there's no armory. So I guess it's gonna be Hellion Ghost. This looks like a rough build. This looks like what rough does against Protoss. Maybe we... Okay, he's also gonna get a Viking. This is some dirty, dirty stuff. So the thought process here, I think, is you bring in the ghosts and they snipe the queens, and then it's only lings against either Hellions or Hellbats. And Terrans would love to take that. I take that trade every day of the week. So we'll see how it works out. There's no roaches or anything. There is a Baneling nest, which can make the equation dicey, but better playing against Ling Bane than against roaches. If you're gonna go for a Hellion-based thing. Ooh, Ling gonna try and scout, but doesn't see anything. Goes in with the 2 Hellions and loses it for nothing. So that's cool. Moving out with the Hellions. You really don't want to lose any before the Ghost push happens. And ooh, big surround here from the Lings, though. Hellion count getting reduced to 3 before the push even happens. The punch of the Ghost is going to be extremely reduced by losing all these Hellions. Not what you want to see as the Terran here. If the multitasking is just not there, just keep them at home. It's fine. Just let the
The
push hit
6
harder.
Overlord. The 5-minute 6 Overlord. Holy shit.
Oh my god, is that a laser? Lings run in. He loses all the Lings for a couple Hellions, but he does see that there are Ghosts out, which should be a massive red flag. And I think Nomad agrees. Bunch of Lings on the way. He's getting Spores. Spore at the front. He's worried about Cloak, it seems, whereas I would be worried about Snipes. Gonna load up the Ghost into the Medevac. Armory did finish, so he is gonna have Hellbat Ghost. Could have hit with a lot more Hellbats than he will. Also has a Liberator. I kind of wish this Liberator would go multi-prong, like lib in the main while you push the front with the Ghosts and the Hellbats. But I think he's just going to use the Liberator to support this push. Maybe we should land the Viking too. Alright, snipes the goat. Tries to snipe the queen. Saves the ghosts in the medevac, doesn't lose them to the main, so that's good. Tries to siege up the spore under the lip. Oh! Kills one of the ghosts in the medevac! That's rough. MVP spore. And the spore is gonna kill the Liberator! This is the MVP spore. Bruh. Damn, I think I have to make the MVP spore short now. Killed a medevac, a ghost, and a Liberator. Actually, if it kills a unit in a medevac, does the spore get credit for that, or did it kill an additional third thing? Like, is this 3 here for 3 kills? Ghost, Liberator, medevac, or was there... Oh, it might have killed the Viking, too. Alright, Rudy is gonna mech. Okay, so this game has gone about as shit as possible for Rudy. Nomad is in a commanding lead. He took no damage to the push. He's on 70 drones. He took good early game trades the entire time. He did lose 1 drone at the very... Is that the only drone that's been lost this game? Yes, it is. Resources lost is in Nomad's favor too, so it's been good trades as well. And Nomad's just going to play Hydraling Bane and take a Hive. Might try to go into Ultras. He's playing melee armor, so yeah, it does look like he's thinking about Ultras, perhaps? Or maybe it's just mostly Bane with some Hydra support. He did play Ultras last game, so I don't see why not. Rudy going to try and go up to 4 CCs, even though he doesn't have his 3rd yet. What's the tank count at? It is at 2 and he has 8 Hellions. I think as the Mech Terran, taking this as your forward 3rd does make sense. You can get sandwiched, but ooh, I don't like this tank positioning though. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know why that queen was there, and those lings just... That was a bad attack. Loses a bunch of lings and banes for nothing. Rudy gonna try and kite a bit, get a bunch of kills. Rallying the tanks out here is crazy though, and Rudy... I know the kiting with the Hellions is cool and fun and it feels good to roast them up, but you're banking 2,000 minerals, my man. Get some like PFs in here. Extra CCs. You gotta saturate these gases. And more depots. More SCVs too. You just need more shit, man. Bunch of tanks. Considering how much Ling Bane there's been, I guess you just need a lot of tanks as a mech Terran, so whatever. It's gonna be lurkers actually. Don't know how I feel about that, considering I think a lot of mech units just sort of shit on lurkers. Would have preferred Ultras here, I think. Or how? Vipers. I think you need Vipers. Nidus would also be cool, just saying. Lot of Lingbane. Festers, that's also cool. Are we gonna see Microbial Shroud? What upgrades do we have? We have none. What abilities do the Infestors have by default? Only Fungal. Alright. So we're gonna see some big Fungals on the tanks, I guess. Alright. are going to go for the sandwich, attacking from both sides. Luddling Bane coming in from either side. Tank's getting some pretty massive shots in. Bane's running into Hellbats. Not really what you want to be doing. Infester's going to run in and get blown up for nothing. 11 SCVs died, but the resources... That looked pretty atrocious for Nomad. But Nomad has such a commanding lead anyway that I think it's fine. Big Muta swap might be cool here. I don't know why we're playing Lurkers. Rudy's decided that that went well enough that we can take a fourth. And it's going to be an orbital. Bro, you need to start putting planetaries everywhere. Planetary here. Planetary here. This space should be a planetary. There's been so much Lingbane that planetaries would shit over all of this. Still no Infestor upgrades. So... I guess that just means we'll have fewer mutas when this muta swap happens. A lot of Vipers out, so that's cool. Vipers are one of the best spellcasters, I think.
Why is Rudy supply so low and he's flowing a million?
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't know how to spend his minerals. He needs like... How many factories is he working off of? 5? Yeah, it's only 5. He needs like 3 more factories dedicated to Hellion production. And he needs just like... Okay, he's putting on a bunch of CCs. I like that. Let's just put PFs everywhere. Turrets everywhere. This Liberator's... Don't know what it's guarding. Freedom for the fish in this river. If Rudy's gonna win this game, it needs to last like 20 more minutes. Alright, gonna run some Lings in the tank fire. Gonna get a couple of tanks, but there are... Ooh, big blinding clouds. Lingbane Hydra runs in, busts the third base. Lurkers do manage to siege up in range. And I think Rudy is probably dead. Yeah. Really well done by Nomad, holding the Hellion Ghost thing at the beginning. And then he just macroed out of it. He made a lot of bugs. He really does lose the base, but he had a bunch of extra ones. Doesn't have any army though. Wow. I don't think I've seen this many supply dropped depots next to each other before. Just supply drop this one and have the full set. Oh, I guess he doesn't need it. This is at fucking 170. Alright, Hydra's gonna run forward. So many Hydras. QSB somewhere just got like very aroused. Massive hard on thinking about or feeling all of these Hydras just going to town. And Rudy's gonna cope for a bit. See, if I was Nomad, this is where you dance your Hydras. Using the sprint, I like that. How long are we gonna cope for? GG. Both players being very respectful, giving each other the well played, well played. Rudy's got some work ahead of him. I was a build soon did way back in the day versus Freeman. Sky Tyrant debut in SCL. Amazing stuff. Talking about game 1 there. Yeah, amazing stuff. All right, winter is a great mech map. You've got the high ground that's covering the third in the main. You can set up tanks there. A lot of chokes to abuse. You can put PFs in. If there was ever a game to do mech, this is it. So I've got a terrible suspicion that Rudy's gonna play bio. Like mech hasn't worked 2 times in a row now, so maybe he'll play bio this game on maybe the best mech map. No, I don't know. I couldn't keep a Hellion alive for a Hellbat push last game. He really couldn't. He kept throwing Hellions away when his one job was to keep them alive. So if you're ever gonna do a Hellbat push like that, you can poke with the Hellions. Just don't. You have to babysit them. You have to be very careful not to lose them. All right, up 2-0. The top right, top left. It's Nomad. In the bottom right, in the red, it is 6-7 or Rudy. If there's ever either Rudy's got a mech here again, just like I'm sorry to say, but like it's not like Rudy. His macro has just not been up to par. He keeps getting supply blocked. He keeps banking a lot of money. Yeah, his pushes and like his strategies have also just like not really been working. That is an interesting camera location. What is Rudy looking over here for? It's not even your rich. This is the one Rudy would take eventually. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is like a forward fifth base. Or I guess if you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, going for the SCV scout 3 games in a row. Cool beans, very safe. Worked really important in game 1. Not as important in game 2, and considering Nomad went for Hatch Gas Pool again, it's not going to be that important this game either. I don't think Rudy needs the SCV scout here. The one game that Nomad tried to, or in game 1 when Nomad tried to mix things up, it went awfully for him, so I don't expect he's going to go for any like one base shenanigans. And I think that's the only reason you SCV scout is if you're worried about one base shenanigans. I think Reaper scout accounts for anything else. You can someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that though. Okay, we've got
Scouting for bitches.
hmm? Oh, Roach Warren. But that goes down after the SCV scout, so the Reaper might see it anyway. I'm gonna try and block the third base, but Nomad isn't even trying to take a third base. So get fucked. Although Rudy is noticing, he's like, where is your third base? Is it over here? Still not over here? Something must be wrong. That should be what's going through Rudy's head. And if that is what's going through your head, where is your third? Why can I not have a third? No, you can't. Well, it doesn't even seem like you want it, Nomad. Nomad is baiting Rudy into typing while getting all it. Here comes the 3 roaches. Rudy, you need a bunker. You see there's no third. Where the fuck is your bunker? Bunkers. Make 3. You're banking 600. You've recognized that something is wrong. Like, you checked both bases. Something is wrong. Just get the fucking bunker. Get 2 bunkers. One here, one on the high ground. Rudy, what do you think is happening right now? Ling's gonna run out first, try to clear the path. Reaper will see the Lings moving out. There's no speed still. Oh, the Reaper got caught. I'm just gonna call this now. Rudy's dead. He's gonna try and start up Banshee production now. Oh, there's the bunkers. Now he's figured it out. It's just like way too late. Okay, Banshee is on the way. Banshee does shit on this quite hard. Okay, yeah, see, triple bunker. If the triple bunker was here and the Banshee started like 30 seconds earlier, maybe there's a chance. This is a lot of roaches though, and they are in the main. Rudy's gonna pull the SCVs here to fight against the roaches. Is gonna mineral walk, but he is attacking the destructible rocks instead of the roaches, which is not the priority target right now. Nomad is doing a good job targeting down the SCVs that are making the roaches, ensuring that these bunkers never do get up. And while a lot of... yeah, okay, no, Rudy's dead. He's down to 10 workers. Banshee does pop, and the roaches do get cleaned up, but at what cost? There is double mules still and double SCV production, and Banshees are out. And I guess Nomad will lose an Overlord. That sucks. Rudy needs to be going across the map with the Banshee, like right now, to get 10 kills, 20 kills with the one Banshee. What did I say? This is going to be the game that Rudy plays, Bio. Even Nomad thinks, like, surely you're going to move out the counterattack, right? So I can backstab your count. Oh yeah, there's the move out, and as it moves out, the Lings come in. But the Lings aren't going to get anything. I guess it buys a little bit of space, which is nice. Alright, these Hellions have a lot of work to get done, and to be fair, Nomad has not made any army since losing all of his roaches. Rudy is afraid, though, and backs off of 2 queens. Banshee, without cloak, does get 2 kills. Gets 1 kill? 3 kills. 2 drones, probably a Ling. Did you just... did he? Okay, Rudy, you're banking. I know the banter is fun, but your macro is slipping too much. Triple Dropper Lord? That's cool. Hiding them in the very top left corner. I think we have a Roach Max follow-up here. 66 drones. Oh, he's making melee upgrades. I thought this might just be a Roach game, but nah. I mean, Nomad's macro is also slipping up a bit. I mean, that was until the Roaches entered the production tab. 2 more Overlords, because we are pretty supply blocked. Do the laser thing, just make 10 Overlords right now. Get it up to out of 200 just immediately. Or are we going to bring Queens? We are going to bring Queens. Only 1 Banshee did end up getting made, but that's still a lot of DPS over time. So bringing the 4 Queens just to kill the Banshee is worth it. And who knows, maybe Rudy did make a second Banshee. He didn't, but Nomad doesn't know that. Still no bunkers on the low ground here. I don't know what Rudy has against bunkers. Moving out with the Hellion Marine to try and fight the roaches outside of his base. Away from the tanks. His one advantage is he has 3 tanks here. So yeah, we do have to fight with the tank. I'm gonna drop roaches on the tanks and queen. Yeah, big drops on the tanks to close out this game. I say that, but Rudy takes a pretty good fight here. Nomad trying to get kind of fancy with it and kind of ends up backfiring on him. That was a really good fight for Rudy. Makes you wonder if Rudy should have just been playing bio this whole time. A creep tumor did get set up in Rudy's natural, so there is that at least. Rudy needs to keep making SCVs, or are we just committing to a 2-base all-in? I guess you could do that. We're on 5 racks. So I guess a 2-base all-in works. Realizes the creep is there, cleans it up. It really needs his scans. I don't even know if that was worth it. Alright, Rudy's gonna go for a push with what he's got left. Attacking is just not the answer, though. The only way Rudy wins this game is if he just turtles up and maxes out. Instead, Rudy attacks. Ooh, kills the tank. There is like Sun Tzu once said that when you are weak, you should appear strong. And I suppose that is what Rudy is doing here, but I think the context of that, like, when you're weak, appear strong in order to buy time so that they don't attack into you. But instead of doing that, Rudy is trying to appear strong by, like, getting into a fist fight with a silverback. With broken legs, while he has broken legs. And he's, like, taunting the gorilla.
It's never wise to attack a roach player if you're on 2-base.
I can see moving out, like, posturing, trying to convince Nomad that he's going to attack to buy space. Like, the move out itself is technically not a bad move, because there's supposed to be a third CC. Try to bait him into making more roaches, you know? It's just he's not baiting him into making more roaches, he's just attacking into him. Nomad was going to make roaches anyway. This feels like you move out with the Blink Stalkers when you're getting roach all-ins, just so they have to, like, engage in the middle of the map. But you do that to buy time for Storm or whatever. Rudy wasn't buying time for stuff. Alright, so 3-0 from Nomad here. Interesting builds this series. Unfortunately, I think Rudy's macro is just not up to par. GG's.